Hey guys, I'm the nerdy movie guy. Hey guys, I'm the nerdy movie guy. Hey guys, I'm the nerdy movie guy.
Hey guys, it is the Nerdy Movie Guy, and for today, we are going to be reviewing Star Wars The Bad Batch, Season 3, Episode 1. Now, yes, we know that Disney has released 3 episodes at once. However, I'm going to review them individually. So, today we're going to review the first one. Now, there's a lot to celebrate. Not only am I excited for this new season of The Bad Batch, but we just recently got news that there is going to be a spin-off to Star Wars Tales of the Jedi. I forget the exact name, but I know it has to do with the Empire. So we have that to look forward to. We have Star Wars Acolyte, which I'm seeing mixed reviews, but I think generally speaking, there's a good chance we could get some really neat content. Whenever Jedi Survivor has its sequel game, I'm already hyped for it. So I think right now is as good a time as any to be a Star Wars fan. I think there's a lot of projects coming up. If you're a toy collector, there's neat Lego sets coming out. We got a video game eventually, TV shows. They're doing more movies. There's just a little bit of everything going around right now. And I think that for the most part, it's positive. So not only do we have Star Wars to celebrate for this video, this is actually the Nerdy Movie Guy's 100th video. Now, yes, I have update videos, collection updates, Nerdy Movie Guy updates. So this is not the 100th review, but this is the 100th video. So I'm just thankful for all the views I've had on this channel so far. I've had a couple of videos that has several hundred views, and I never thought I would get that. When I started this channel last year, it was a chance to experiment with my social skills, with eye contact, with just my people skills, with stage fright. All those things blended together has transformed my idea into what is now this channel. So I'm excited, and 100 videos, and I can't wait to make more videos. I know I'll be reviewing the rest of the season of The Bad Batch. I know when I'm going to Disney later this month, I'll be able to review ride after ride. So I have a feeling that we're going to be getting closer to the Nerdy Movie Guy's 200th video in a shorter time than we got to 100. So regardless, I'm excited for the future of this channel. It's not about the views from me. I am thankful for the views I've had. This has been a learning experience for, like I said, social skills. So I just absolutely love this. It's a hobby of mine. I get to talk about TV shows and movies I love. This is just absolutely a thrilling experience. So let's dive into The Bad Batch. In this premiere, we don't get to see really all of the characters. We just get a handful. We see what's going on Tantus, which, as we've seen from season 1 and 2, is where where the Empire is imprisoning the clones. And we have Dr. Hemlock, which we already know is a bad guy. We've seen him do some pretty terrible stuff. And we now have, which I believe was the season 2 finale episode, we now have Dr. Carr, which is, now we know, is Omega's sister. We don't really know where he's going with that. This episode doesn't really touch on that part of their relationship. But we do get to see a bit more of their dynamic and how their interactions are going to affect their individual stories. So primarily, because he's on Tantus 2, we see Crosshair again. And Crosshair, in my opinion, is one of the best parts of this show. Season 1, he had an amazing story. Season 2, he's in a handful of episodes. He's in the premiere now. So I'm expecting him to be in more and more episodes. So I'm just absolutely excited. So on Tantus, we see Omega and Crosshair, and we sort of get up to speed with what they've been doing, which fortunately for Crosshair just isn't much. But with Omega, she is just planning and plotting, and she seems to have a control of things. But that's in the second half. The first half, I feel like this show has a tone so similar to Andor. And the reason I say that is Andor really captured the scope of the threat of the Empire. And that is what we're seeing with this premiere of The Bad Batch. And this is what I'm hoping we will continue to see for episodes to come. So right now, with The Bad Batch, we see the Empire are imprisoning clones, but they're also taking their blood. And we know that they're looking for an M count. As Star Wars fans, we know that they are more than likely talking about midichlorians. I don't know what else they could be talking about. They are more than likely talking about midichlorians. And so we expect that Omega will probably, as we see with Nala Se, she's just, we don't know what information she knows. All we know is she will not let Omega's blood be actually tested in this facility. So that kind of scares us because we don't know what's going on. I am seeing some people, especially when Season 1 was released, people are wondering if Omega will be Force sensitive. And the thing is, I would have to rewatch the scene to explain in complete detail. But I know Tech mentioned that she is a pure clone of Jango Fett, just as Boba was. Most of the rest of the clones are clones of clones of clones of clones. So their DNA isn't going to be raw genetic material the way Omega's is. So if she turns out to have a M count, I don't necessarily mean that she's automatically going to be a Jedi or Force sensitive at all. I think that just means she's as Force sensitive as Jango Fett was. That's just how the cloning process works. Or at least is how it's been explained before in different Star Wars outlets. So in this episode, there is a time jump. I suck at math, so you guys probably know better how long she's been in prison. But there is a time jump in this episode, and we just get a better understanding of the scope of how long Omega's been here. Which we know Crosshair's been there for so much longer, and the rest of the clones there. So, like I said, this is also pushing the Empire forward with the scale of their threat. And what's really cool is this show is doing a great job so far. Season 2 mostly did this as well, with not only the Empire being a threat to the Bad Batch, but they are a threat to the galaxy in the scene. What they are doing, the scope of their actions goes so far beyond the effects of just Hunter and his crew, which is the same thing in Andor. Andor was, the handful of characters we had were victims of the Empire, but we got to see the Empire's effect on the whole galaxy. And that's what we're seeing in the Bad Batch now. So, in this episode, I can't wait to see where the next one takes us, because we got to kind of catch up with Omega and see her character growth, which is just phenomenal. She's gone from this little kid that's just hanging around, learning everything there is about the ship, learning everything she can from Tech, just hanging out with Wrecker. She's kind of forced to not really be a kid anymore. She's being the mature one for Crosshair, because it seems Crosshair's just given up hope. He's lost all hope. He wants Omega to leave without him, leave without the Hound, leave everyone else behind. Crosshair just wants Omega to just forget about him. And of course we feel for Crosshair now, because I think a lot of us have felt sort of lost and abandoned in our lives. So we automatically connect with Crosshair on that sort of, human, personal level. And to see those human, personal connections to an animated Star Wars character is just something beautiful to realize and to see. So to be able to connect with characters like that is just something that Star Wars has always been known for, but it's just so cool to see it again now. With Omega, we now know the now named Hound, Batcher, was going to be put down. So, as a dog owner, now I'm automatically connected to Omega. I feel that human, personable connection with her, because she sets Batcher free regardless. She knows she's facing the consequences. She knows that she's essentially screwed for doing this. She did it anyway for Batcher. And a dog owner, that's just something beautiful to see. This episode, I didn't realize was going to bring out so many very personal emotions, connecting me with these characters. But that's what this episode has done. And so it's just something that really can't be explained. It really can't. And like I said, I don't know how else to put it. It's beautiful to see, to be able to connect with these characters. So we've now connected with two of our only heroes we see in the premiere. So with next episode, if you looked on Disney Plus, if you kind of look ahead of the pictures, we know we're going to get Hunter Crosshair coming up, or Hunter and Wrecker, I mean. So hopefully they have some maturing stories as well, where we can sort of connect with them as well. I don't know how or for what, but they're just looking for Omega. So hopefully it's not going to pull on our heartstrings too much watching this. So far, I'm connected to Omega and I'm connected to Crosshair. I feel what they're feeling, and that's something that is just a tremendous feat as a director to be able to pull off. So Dave Filoni has now pulled off, giving his audience something to connect with. And that's something that, unfortunately, for Star Wars TV shows, that we haven't had in a while. But we have that now. So, all in all, I am just over the moon excited for the rest of this season. I want to see more and more episodes. I want to see where this is headed. Because if we get the same quality content, the same kind of writing, and the attention to the characters and their stories as much in the rest of the episodes as we have had in this one, I guarantee you this season is going to end up going down the history books as one of the greatest Star Wars seasons. This is off to a 10 out of 10 start, and I cannot wait to see the rest. So thank you guys so very much for tuning in to the 100th video for this channel. And I cannot wait to review the rest of this season. And I cannot wait to see what the rest of the year has in store for the Nerdy Movie Guy on this channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And as always, keep it digging, everyone.